Faith. By definition, it's something that is felt with strong conviction without tangible evidence of its existence. Many claim to have it, but how do we attain it? It can't be held. It can't be sold. But it can be passed down. Faith is invaluable to those who feel it. How is it that this belief can unite us regardless of our differences? It's because of conviction, that feeling inside that links so many, from the far corners of the earth to the closest reaches of our neighborhoods. Faith is all around us. Faith springs from a glorious past forward to a promising future. The faith that those who not so quietly defeated rivals and redefined record books would inspire their brethren of today to reach such epic accomplishments. And all along, there are those who cheer. In their minds, they envision. In their hearts, they believe. And because of that, they are simply known as the faithful. In 2013, the 49ers had a magical run. They were headed to the playoffs yet again.
Playoff football at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. There are few sports stages better than that. The weather is not inviting. This game is being played basically in the last remaining window of opportunity in an Arctic blast that's hitting the upper Midwest.
First, they vanquished the Packers in sub-zero temperatures on their home turf.
Kaepernick taking time, throws the deep post for Vernon Davis. He's got it! Touchdown 49ers! A brilliant catch by Vernon Davis. With 2 seconds remaining, McDermott snaps it, Lee puts it down, Dawson kicks it up, and it is good! And the 49ers are going to Carolina.
The next week, it was the Panthers who fell to the surging Niners.
And they're going to fake. Kaepernick's going to keep it outside left, cuts it up, and runs it in for the 49er touchdown. Stepping up, gone again, wrapped up and sacked again. And this time out of field goal range.
And in the NFC Championship, a game many believe to be the matchup between the league's two best teams, the Niners battled to return to the precipice of where they were only 12 months earlier.
Standing in, now steps up, gonna roll to his right, looking, throws the ball to the back of the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown 49ers!
With the Seahawks sniffing the goal line in the fourth quarter, a big defensive stop would keep the momentum in favor of the 49ers. That was until the fateful play that made one of the league's loudest places fall dead silent.
Takes the snap on third down, looking, throws the slant in the middle, caught. 49ers tackle the play. Short of the goal line, did they strip the ball away?
Bowman took the ball from him while he was still in the air and went down.
Oh my gosh.
Our backs was against the wall. You know, we needed a play. They threw the ball in my vicinity. I saw the ball and I ripped it out. But as I was ripping out, I knew that, you know, the safety, which was E. Reed, was gonna, you know, make a hit also. And it, you know, turned out to be my leg in between the guy's body. And you know, I just wanted to make sure I held onto the ball so that we can get the ball back and possibly have a chance to win the game. Unfortunately, I lost the ball and tore my knee up at the same time.
Now the guys are signaling to the sideline to come out.
For me personally, when I saw the replay and saw that I was in on the play, I actually hit him. You know, that hurt me for a long time. Even on the plane going back home, I just couldn't stop watching the play and I couldn't believe what happened.
When NaVorro Bowman got hurt, I just couldn't believe it. I thought the game was over because he was just such a big piece to what we were trying to accomplish. All season long, you would see NaVorro Bowman making plays, play after play after play.
The first thing I saw when NaVorro went down, I literally thought he was going to get up. As time went on and he stayed down, I understood the situation a little bit more.
One of the toughest plays I ever, it was emotional. You know, one of our best players on defense goes down. He's, you know, screaming, yelling, you know, he was in so much pain. And, you know, for him to hold on to the ball as long as he did, you know, just shows how much he loves the game and how much he wanted to win. To be bent back like that is, I don't know, you know, you guys have ever experienced it, but I've been bent back a couple times, and it's so hard to do anything except like yell, you know, let people know you're hurt. But for him to hold on to the ball, it's just, you know, he's special. He's a special guy, and you know, I was hurt for him so bad, you know, because I know he wanted to be out there in that big game. That was a big play in the game. You know, he did everything that he could do, you know, to win that play, to win that down. When I saw Bo get hurt, you know, that was devastating for myself, and I'm sure a lot of people, you know, fans and the team itself. I was actually on the sideline, you know, when it did happen. I was hurt myself. When he got taken back into the locker room, you know, I went and talked to him, and I told him, you know, things happen, but you just got to recover and you'll be good. You know, you see me right now. I was here, you know, earlier part of the season where you were, and now I'm standing over and telling you you'll be okay. So that's one thing I remember about when he got hurt.
Well, I knew that how I got hit was possibly career-ending. That crossed my mind also, whether or not I was going to be able to play this game again. Really knowing that I had a lot of work ahead of me. I knew my knee was torn, you know, so just thinking about everything that was going to come after it. That, you know, I wasn't going to be able to play in the next game, you know, if we had won that game, and, you know, letting down my teammates. I really wanted to be able to play more years in the NFL, so that motivated me just to, you know, work hard through it and have 3 kids, and, you know, they're young, and my son's getting old enough to understand, you know, try to show him what his daddy exactly does.
Coming up on The Faithful, watch as NaVorro Bowman's return to the field continues, and go under the helmet with one of the NFL's most competitive and athletic defenders.
That's what we live for right here, baby.
In the 2013 NFC Championship, the 49ers were dealt a huge blow when one of their defensive pillars, linebacker NaVorro Bowman, suffered a gruesome injury while making what could have been one of the game's pivotal plays. For the next year and a half, Bowman would be on the road to recovery, a long, rocky road that many have taken.
You know, the day after surgery, I was up the next morning, and I had to start rehab. You know, a lot of people think, you know, you have surgery and you get a few days off. You know, that wasn't the case. You know, I got up early that morning and they put me on the bike and started bending it, you know, that day. You know, and I didn't, you know, think I could, but, you know, as I continued on, you know, for months and months, you know, doing that routine, getting up early in the morning, you know, loosening it up with the bike and trying to, you know, learn how to walk again and learn how to just step over a small cone really was just a process that I had to just take. Early on in the process, you know, your leg is feeling totally different, you know, than the other leg. And, you know, you're waking up in the morning, you know, not being able to walk. All those things came into play, you know, as I was trying to get through this injury. When I went into surgery, you know, I had to go to Alabama, and, you know, they came down. We all stayed down there through the surgery, after the surgery, and whatever I needed, you know, my fiance was there for me. And my kids, you know, always kept a smile on my face and got me through it. You know, I have a team of people. You know, it's not really a specific person. Early in my life, you know, whenever I got hurt, Mom would, you know, rush down on the field and be with me in the ambulance and come to the hospital. And, you know, it's a little different now, me being grown in the NFL. You know, my brother, you know, he was always just, you know, rooting for me, making sure I was all right. And all those things, you know, helped me get through it. And, you know, I'm just a guy that's blessed to have, you know, people that really cared about me at that time. You're going into rehab and, you know, people are putting their hands on you and, you know, they got to bend your leg to get the flexion back. And, you know, I think that's the worst pain I ever felt. But, you know, what gets me through it is, you know, trying to get back out there just to show my son exactly what his father does.
NaVorro Bowman's a great man, very humble, probably starts with where he's from. One thing I can tell you is that his family means the world to him. And this game of football, he loves it to death. And, you aren't going to find too many people that are as passionate about ball, and their family as NaVorro Bowman.
NaVorro was so passionate about football and family that he wanted to assure that he was around both when he was rehabbing. Throughout the 2014 season, he paced the sideline, helping out any way he could. Alongside coaches and players, he stood imparting wisdom and guidance in true Bo style.
Can y'all feel what's about to happen on this field tonight? Can y'all feel it? Hey, fellas, put your minds and your bodies and your hearts on the same page today. Today is the day y'all go out here and win this game for us, baby. Win the game. That's all you got to do. Run into the tilt with that fullback motion over. Yeah. When you see it's a run, hit, boom, slide out to the left. Slide on this game, nothing else, go, Bo. Impress yourself. Yourself a game you ain't never seen before.
NaVorro's NaVorro, and that's when you think one thing you can count on. He's honest with everybody. He's listening to your problems. He's trying to help everybody out. I mean, I think he's a natural-born leader. What you see him do on the field, his leadership capabilities on the field, is what he does in life.
What this Maryland native and former Nittany Lion has done on the football field reflects his leadership and the respect of his team. Bowman has made the best out of his first 4 years in the league. He was selected first-team All-Pro in 2011, 12, and 13, and was named to his first 2 Pro Bowls in 2013 and 2014. NaVorro has simply been a rock in the middle of the 49ers defense, leading the team in tackles in 2011, 12, and 13, and wreaking havoc on opposing offenses.
This is what we live for right here, baby. Please let us on defense first. Let's go, D! Yeah! We're gonna go home, fellas. Get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. That's all we needed. Come on, fellas, dig deep. We're gonna turn into one of those games. They can't stop us, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make these pads come forward. Hey, pass, stick route, stick. Out. Let's eat.
Game changer. I mean, the first play that comes to my mind is Atlanta. They're in the red zone. Time is running down. They score, they win. The pick at the stick, our last home game. That's what type of player he is.
It is second down. Ryan takes a snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and NaVorro Bowman, his redemption. NaVorro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown.
For NaVorro Bowman, the glorious run to close out Candlestick is a distant memory. That once clear path was littered after the injury that occurred less than a month after the victory against the Falcons. And more than a year later, NaVorro once again took the football field to practice with his teammates and look to regain his form.
First day of practice, I went up to NaVorro and I told him, I said, you look wonderful, man. You're doing a great job. You can't even tell that he got hurt. I mean, he's ready to go. He's rejuvenated, and he just want to win.
His biggest thing I see as an offensive lineman is his speed. And not just running speed, but his reaction speed. Being able to react from the quarterback or to the running back or or play action. I think that his instinct, you know, that was probably one of the biggest things I could see the change with Bo not on the field, and having him out there is definitely great to see, and having his presence, you know, it's going to be known with the tight ends and the slot receivers with him in the middle.
Every day you can just see him get more and more confident. You know, the biggest thing with injuries, you got to trust whatever injury, you know, you had, you got to trust it again, and you can see him every day gaining more and more confidence.
He brings an energy on the field. I mean, you see that guy go out there running around making plays, giving his all.
He has been a constant teacher to me. Every little thing I do, he's got something I could do a little bit better to make myself better. And Still to this day, and still just today in meetings, we saw something on film, and he's like, you could do this and that, and it'll make that play much easier for you. So he's always in my ear. He's always coaching me.
I knew he was back when he hit him with the, the old faithful spin move that, everybody's seen him do many times, do a spin move on a running back, get the sack. He hit a couple of those, so, I think he's back and he's ready to go, and I think he's going to have a great season.
Just a small setback for a major comeback. It's really going to be a major comeback. I just have to keep working and stay on top of it.
In the summer of 2015, 49ers linebacker NaVorro Bowman was back in the mix, working alongside teammates and coaches to raise awareness in the community.
I'm Jim.
I'm Jen.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's awesome that you're doing that.
No, it's good. It's a good cause.
Only a month later, Bowman was raising eyebrows as he returned to the field alongside those very same teammates and coaches. This time, doing what he hadn't done since a gruesome injury sidelined him for nearly 18 months.
It was galvanizing, man. Just to, take a fresh breath of air and be able to strap my helmet on again and run around and just do some things that I haven't been able to do for a very long time, and having doubts in my mind, if I would be able to get back to where I was, the type of player I was. And, that's still going on, but I'm working towards it, doing everything I'm supposed to do. Really enjoying the moment and really understanding that, this is an opportunity that, I must not take for granted and really appreciate it, because it can go at any time.
For many 49ers and pro football players alike, risk of injury is part of the game. Time and time again, great players face adversity due to injuries, and time again they rise back to the level they have been known for.
Well, it's very difficult because when you're hurt, you don't feel part of the team, and there's that big urgency to get back on the football field. When I went through my injury, I just felt disconnected, and I wanted to be out there, and I wanted to battle with my teammates, and I rehabbed like a crazy guy, and I was able to come back, and he's going to be able to come back, and he's going to be able to really contribute to the team.
Contributing to the team means many things for NaVorro. It means not only physically being back on the field and making plays, but being a voice, a presence, a player they can count on as they reload for the season.
A player that goes out, every day for his teammates, going to give 100% every single time I'm on the field. I may coach hard or motivate hard, but it's just to make us a better team, and I'm sure the guys understand that.
I'm glad to see him back out there now.
The voice of the team, he's the heart of the team, and he, seeing him out there telling me to call every day, it's a blessing, and it's fun just to have 5'3" back out there on the field.
And for myself to go through similar struggle this past year, I feed off of what he's done in order to get back. I use him as an example, not just for me, but for all the guys that have been injured in the past. He's just a great example to follow and look up to on the road of coming back to his greatness and being able to come out and doing the things that he was doing before. I think that speaks volumes about NaVorro Bowman.
NaVorro Bowman with a big impact on that play, blitzing right up inside.
Everyone's excited. Everyone can't wait to step on the field with NaVorro. I mean, he's just full of energy. I mean, his enthusiasm is out of the sky, and he's just ready to go.
For me to be able to work through whatever I had to work through and get back out there and play with my teammates. It's what I live for. You know, it's what I've been working so hard for, you know, my entire life. And, you know, I once felt like I would never get back to that point. I'm starting to see the light, and I'm glad to get back out there.
And now, faithful, on your feet. Please welcome to the field your 2015 San Francisco 49ers.
Year and a half, fellas. Year and a half, fellas.
I'm happy to see you in pads again, buddy.
Waited all my life for this. It's Monday night.
Glad you're back, boy.